What is up, everyone? This is Dutchy here, bringing you yet another Stormgate cast. This time we have got something extra special. We've got Command versus Faneto. Now, I know who Command is because we got to see some replays of him recently, and Command is Refresh. So we have got arguably, not even arguably, what is currently accepted as the best active Stormgate player in the world as Celestial here versus, and he's doing the good old proxy creation chamber, just a little bit out front of the base, versus a Vanguard player called Faneto. Now, I don't know who this is, but I have run into him on ladder, and he's got to be top 5, top 3 maybe even the best active Vanguard player right now. Just based off of what he did in his games and how, just how great he plays. But we will see how this pans out. So this is a best of 3 that was sent my way, and we will see how it goes. Got a scanner running across, so it's a proxy. Interesting. So he uses the cascade field to get the proxy star fort, but then cancels it to get his money back, or sells the chamber after the scanner to get such a high level play, right? Just super efficient, gets his scouting information, gets the chamber so he can get the star forge. Goddamn. Versus a fast expand, this is gonna be tricky for Faneto to hold. Let's see what happens. He's got the dog. Dog is chasing the cat. The cat is up in the tree. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make this stuff up. Cat is safe in the tree from the dog. Alright, we've got the vector running across the map. My god, this is a 2-minute vector. It's hitting at about... This is a pretty long map, vertically. And he's still arriving at about 2:15. Goodness. Meanwhile, we've got a dog coming in here. That's not going to do anything. So the vector begins to be annoying. It takes 4 vector shots to kill a servo. So one by itself is repairable. It's when the second vector shows up that things become a problem for the Vanguard. I mean, this is already hella annoying, and it is messing up his macro. But we've got Refresh here putting on the pressure. The dog comes back. Here comes that second vector. Let's see what happens now. The dog goes down. Okay. And this is what I mean. When that second vector arrives, all of a sudden the damage starts getting high enough. The repair is tricky. It takes 4 volleys. If there's no repair happening, and with a repair, it's just hard to get the right amount of servos around. This is devastating damage already. I mean, second arc ship at home, but still sitting on 1 base economy. Just a vector rush, in all sense of the word. The tower goes down, but there's no tower here. I see a mech bay going down, but I don't see an answer. There's no tower here. Boy, oh boy, this seems like a really devastating strategy. Yep. And when you fast expand versus this, oh man, this is... On the map like this, I don't know if it's holdable. Alright, that was game 1. Okay, game number 2. This time we are on holodeck, a small map. And we see Refresh looking like he's about to repeat his winning strategy, If it ain't broken, why fix it? Holodeck, shameless plug, is one of my maps. I enjoy it very much. It is a very standard map, but it is a little bit smaller. And what I mean by standard is there's nothing too gimmicky or confusing about it. It's a pretty straightforward map. It is just kind of a smaller map. You can run across the middle, right there, and into your enemy base. Boom. This map was essentially based on Titan's Causeway, but I made it different in certain ways. But if you look at Titan's Causeway, if you're a longtime Stormgate player, you will recognize certain parts of that in this map. I call it Titan's Causeway 2.0, kind of jokingly, but it has some similarities. Anyway, we've got Faneto. I always want to say Faneto. Faneto, I think is how I should say it. Going with the fast expand again. So not deterred by the previous game. And it looks like Refresh is taking the same approach here, turning this into a Judicator node, probably in case there's a run by a Lancer. He just doesn't want to deal with it. Excuse me, still getting over the flu. Feeling a lot better this afternoon than I was this morning, though, so hopefully I am on the mend, guys. We've got Dog versus Cat again happening. We see the Proxy Starforge again with the Vector being surged. Faneto looking like he's doing a bit of a repeat of last game. He got his Mech Bay going down at 2 minutes. Probably Hedgehogs. Here comes the Vector chasing down the Dog, that poor puppy. The Vector did do its blink, but it only got an extra volley off. Faneto responding with the Sentry Post here. Trying to repair, very nice, the one that's getting shot by the Vector. It's again when that second Vector arrives that the big problems start. Refresh saying, fine, you want to repair and get that here? I'm going to go harass here. But look at this, Faneto got a tower here as well, so he is reacting, and he's doing nice micro with the repair on the tower. A servo does go down. Refresh was able to click on that one, despite being clumped up. Very nice micro. By clumped up, I mean that servo was under the other servos, kind of traveling through it. He still clicked on the right one. And look, some good repair. The tower, chipping away at these Vectors. Very, very good. Very nice adjustment by Faneto. Like I said, you can tell this is a super high-rated player. Such a clean reaction versus such a high-level player on a 2-base. This is just impressive, man. Faneto, give me your energy, brother. I need this energy. So, here we go. We've got the Vectors taking advantage of the Healing Shrine here. Boy, that Healing Shrine, I could see that being a good spot to jump down. At the same time, you're going to be jumping into this. And they do not have recall yet. There's no tier 2 on the map, so they can only blink forward. There's no recall yet. And Faneto knows he's up there. He used the dogs. He did his dog sense. You saw it a minute ago. He knows he's up there. Playing it slow, playing it safe. Vector's doing their little annoying micro, and see, there you go, taking down that worker before it could finish the mech bay. Now going for the exposed habitat, decides to back off for the moment. Looks like he's going to pivot towards the Stormgate. Takes his own second base, still has the Starforge on the map. I was expecting to see a Gracelight node to heal up some of these Vectors, but he's just doesn't need it. He's so confident in his Vector play and his numbers. There you go, nice micro, pulling back the hurt ones, jumping on top of, man, just always knows what to do. Refresh always knows the right choice. It's just, out of everything Refresh does, he's efficient, his micro is good, this and that, but his decision making is where, to me, he shines. His decision is always the right one. It's so impressive. Doesn't matter, the heat of the moment, he still makes the right decision. And I can't say enough about that. Anyway, we've got a decent number of hogs now versus a lot less scary looking number of Vectors now that there's this number of hogs. Chasing the Vectors across the map. Very well done by Faneto. But some more Vectors arrive, and oh my god, there's a Seraphim transition. I wasn't even expecting that. And that makes it tricky because now you have to make a choice. Because you got to deploy your hogs to fight the Seraphim, or you keep them undeployed to fight the Vectors, while the Seraphim just keep chipping away at you. Now, man, there are some very low health hogs, but oh my god, they look like they're going to escape. Refresh trying to catch up. He did blink forward. God, jeez, you just think that these guys are about to go down. But if they make it to that repair tower, boy, oh boy, Faneto knows how to play, man. This is some good shit. This is a hell of a game. I am loving this. Thank you so much for sending me these games, you guys. These are just, this is fantastic. I'm loving this. But look at this crazy scenario. Look at this comp. This is just wild to me. Vector Seraphim Scanner. If this was me, I wouldn't be able to pull this off. I would just die. Both, no matter which player I am, I would die to either one of these guys doing this stuff. Scanner does a armor debuff when it tags units with an upgrade like this. See how it tags the unit with the little eyeball? I wish it wouldn't tag buildings. I find that very stupid. I think we should change that. But the scanners are doing work. They're getting those hogs to have no armor. Just makes everything that you do versus them more efficient. I do think maybe 1 or 2 hogs should be deployed here to shoot at these, but who am I to judge better players than me, right? There we go, he does deploy, and maybe this is why you don't. Why aren't they shooting? Aren't they in range? What? I'm surprised they weren't in range of those Seraphims. There we go. I guess they aren't tier 2 yet. I'm so used to hogs being tier 2 by the time they need to deploy. Zoom out for a little bit. Okay, nothing to show here. I want to look at Refresh's base, but I don't want to pull away from the action here.
That is uncomfortable.
Look at this. Faneto, despite all this pressure, still able to get his medtech. Okay, whoever Faneto is definitely top tier. He even gets Vulcans. Getting Vulcans into this is a little bit of a head scratcher for me, because Nanoswarm can't hit Seraphim. Or it can, but it won't do any damage because they're biological. Nanoswarm can hit the scanners, but I don't know what the Vulcan's for. Maybe he was expecting a transition. Is the Vulcan stuck? What the heck? Oh my god. Is he selling one of these buildings? That is so annoying. That is ridiculous. It really is stuck. He's gonna have to sell that one, I think, that sentry. I get so distracted by that stuff, I'm sorry, I should be casting the rest of the action. So just constantly tagging me here, very annoying to hear that sound over and over again. And then he just goes in for these little trades. Okay, enough hogs were deployed that time to push the Seraphim back. Again, despite all this, somehow Faneto is able to get this base. But, oh boy, I say that. What is that damage, dude? Holy moly. I mean, that is a lot of Seraphim. Meanwhile, Refresh has teched up. I can finally look away for a second. And has taken the third base of his own. The APM on these players, just incredible. Oh, and do you see how the unit was stunned there for a second? The scanners can get a second upgrade that will stun a tagged opponent unit. It'll stun a tagged unit. Sorry about that. For 0.25 seconds, just long enough to allow that kind of kill right there. And now he's worked in Animans. This is such a tech-focused building. Gets them while the hogs are deployed. Oh my god, that was a sick play. But what a comp, man. What am I even looking at? This is such a Refresh style. Oh my god. He refreshes his own faction, man. What is this? Incredible. Great game from both players. Refresh takes game number 2. Alright, here we are in game number 3. We are on Divided Oasis. Another one of my maps. I am getting spoiled here by these players. Getting spoiled by top-rated games. Get to see them on my own maps. Man, I am living the dream over here, you guys. Anyway, I'm going to stop enjoying myself for a moment, if you know what I mean. And just cast this game. We've got Refresh in the top right here. And we've got Faneto in the bottom left. While the game is opening up, let's talk about the map real quick. There are 2 ways in to the main, but you can wall it off with a single 4x4 building. That's a barracks, creation chamber, conclave, vault, or even an arc ship. Arc ships are 4x4. So you can wall off in multiple different ways. Very easy to do, and you can pick which one of the expansions you get. You don't have to wall off, but you have the option to. This is a larger map, I would say, certainly larger than Holodeck. And these games tend to be longer on this map because of that. There's pretty easy to take these 3 bases for yourself, as long as you survive any sort of early rush. And once you have these 3 bases, you can really move out onto the map over here, or you can move out of the map over here. You've got lots of options. Stormgates are pretty centered. You've got your healing shrines here. I do enjoy this map. I know I'm talking about my own map, but I enjoy the tile setting. It always pleases me. This was the first map I ever made, and I made it because I kind of missed Isle of Dread, which had this type of setting, but I think I've taken it to the next level and made it nicer and more straightforward version of Isle of Dread, while still keeping some of the spirit of that map. I usually base my map designs off of at least some inspiration from something else, and the tile setting on this map was definitely inspired by Isle of Dread, but the layout was completely done by scratch. I drew it up on paper like a weirdo, and it looked crazy as I drew it up on paper. Maybe someday I'll share a little image of that. And then eventually, after like 20 iterations and over 100 games on this map of testing, I got it to where you see it now. And I'm still looking to improve it, but it seems to be in a really good spot, so I'm enjoying the map. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of my map. We've got a vector here. I should talk a little bit about the opening. It seemed like a somewhat similar opening, but a little bit more macro-focused. This map is just bigger. That vector rush doesn't work as well, so it seems like Refresh has compensated for that. Over here, too, repairing that dog. Very nice. Very clean defense from Faneto this game. And what do we see here? 1, 2, 3. 2 base and 3 mech base. Very cool.
Stormgate will activate soon.
I love that we're seeing some Hogs again in this patch. Hogs got an extra 15 HP from what they did before. And it also means, fun fact, their veterancy, it always gives 20%, which used to be 40 extra health per veterancy. That is now 43 extra health for each veterancy. I know it's just 3 health, but when you've got an extra 15 and then you're getting an extra 3 for each veterancy, it does add up. And we are starting to see some more hog play because of that. Now, Hogs also got a tier 3 buff, which is their upgrade now lets you shred the armor to a -90. It used to cap at a -30. You might ask yourself, what the heck does -90 armor mean? It means that Archangels, when they go Avatar mode, can still have all their armor properly de-shredded, where before that was not the case. Very nice micro to hit that vector. Very nice micro for that vector to chase down the other unit here. So good micro from both players. God dang, this is top level play. Just clean play, good decision making from both the players. This is really, this is a treat, man. I love RTS. I love high quality strategy like this. Great execution. Just so much to learn from these games. Alright, we still got 3. We still have the scanner here. Man, that is a dirty, dirty cat. Again, going for this vector into Seraphim playstyle, and this is off of 1 Starforge that he has sold the Starforge now. That's incredible. So he sells a building almost every game. Goes into double, and then last game he did the scanner tag. I don't see tag yet. It's a little bit of a different build from Refresh on this one. Faneto looking like he's doing much better this game, so maybe this is a little bit of that redemption game. It's to be determined, of course. We don't know. Refresh is not a man who loses many games. At one point, Refresh had the #1 rank of all 3 factions, Vanguard, Celestial, and Infernal. I think that's correct. I might be getting that mixed up with Mixu, but I don't think that's the case. I do think it was Refresh who had, yeah, it was Refresh, I'm pretty sure, who had literally rank 1 with all 3 factions. Now, If that doesn't say something, I don't know what does. That's incredible. Okay, the vectors are probably going to kill that one hog. Yep. The hogs have retreated into the base here. Using the Sim City as much to his advantage as he can. He does find the... he found the scanner who did finally get tag research on it. Look at all this production up here. We've seen Exos. Wow, what a transition. It's probably because he sees the Seraphim. God, these players are so good, man. And he's still getting the Hedgehog upgrade, but he's going Hedgehog Exo. That is such a smart response.
Detected. A Stormgate will activate.
But to be able to pull it off is easier said than done. He's got a Vulcan. What an amazing composition. Meanwhile, we do see Archangel and the Avatar upgrade being researched at 7 minutes. So he was able to get this, like, talk about a tech-oriented play style. He went Vector into Seraphim Scanner into Archangel. I mean, again, you can't make this stuff up. On paper, you would think there's just no way. Faneto does have a supply lead, though. And he is still investing into the Hedgehogs, which is good, because he's going to need them versus those Archangel. Is there a tier 3? I see tier Central Command. I don't think that's tier 3 yet. I forget sometimes what the names of the tier 3 are. I want to say it's High Command, but yeah, and it's supposed to be 3,500 health, I think. Oh, an evac. An evac. Was that on purpose? He's building Hornets now. I have a feeling it may have been just for these Vulcans. But evac did get a movement speed, base movement speed buff by 1 in this patch, which is always useful. It's great when a unit gets a buff without needing an upgrade for it. Just a straight up buff. The dog notices the scanner. He deploys 2 of the hogs and takes the scanner out. Good stuff. That makes it a lot harder for Refresh to track Faneto. I hope I'm saying that right. Faneto. I think it means like the end, or like kind of like it's over, right? So very cool. I like the name. That scan just, or the scanner's just tagging the crap out of that army. That's so useful for Refresh to know exactly where his opponent is. Unstable Necrolisk. I wonder what they're for. I see people getting these a lot, but lately, but I must be missing something. It must be a sign of my rating or lack thereof, because look at that. The scanners stunned this thing, I'm pretty sure, as it was traveling. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, tons of scans going down. Oh man, here come the Archangels. No tier 3 yet on the hog. This is looking very scary, but at the same time, yeah, it is going to push it back. These hogs really want to be tier 3 versus these Archangels. That looked kind of funny with the dash. The Archangels have a ground dash now, and they have a sky dash. So I think that latched onto a unit and just followed the unit as it was moving. It looked like the Archangel was floating. Carnivex kind of do that too, though. So it's just an RTS thing. Okay, he's in there. Oh man, the Hurricane comes out. Now that's going to have a big impact because, ooh, the Seraphim are focusing, but there's a Nano Swarm on it. He does return the hanger. It's not enough. The Archangel, oh, this one has 6 HP. Oh man, but he's backing up. Yeah, I guess there is a good amount of units left. Oh man, that was a really cool fight. I almost want to go back and watch that again, because so much happened all at once in such an awkward spot on the map. This evac, though, it just, I don't get it. But it's, again, it just probably my lack of skill. This Archangel is triggering me. I want it to die. There's a Hornet. Is it going to shoot it? Oh, the Hornet. The glorious Hornet. The tier 3 is done on the Hogs. Look how much better they do versus the Archangel now. That Archangel melted. And it's because of the armor shred that they get. Every one of their missiles does an armor shred. And Archangels get extra armor when they go into avatar mode. So you really want that. See, there it is. You can see there's the debuff on it. It's this red around that unit. It lasts for a couple seconds afterwards. I have played enough with Hogs to know that once they hit that tier 3, they feel like a different unit. They really do. Meanwhile, we've got tons of upgrades. Is that the Graven upgrade? What are we seeing? Or was that the Lancer upgrade? I think it was the Lancer upgrade. Mitigative Guard, I think.
Enemy forces have
And that will definitely help if he gets that. Oh, wait, no, the upgrade's done. I may have actually gotten that mixed up. That may have been the Carnivex upgrade. That's right, that got, yeah, my bad. That got, it's the old tooltip from the tier 3 Lancer that's now the same little icon here called Chrono Shell for the Carnivex. So sorry about that, I was getting mixed up. A little bit of old patch, new patch issue there for me. We do see the Hurricane upgrade, and see, look, it's the same tooltip, so I'm not going to give myself too hard of a time there. Hopefully we get that updated. And so we got the Mitigative Guard being researched. We've got the, I forget the name of it, but it speeds up the Hurricane upgrade. And we've got more Hurricane. This is such a crazy game, which is such a unique comp. This game is a banger, you guys. Alright, here we go. Big battle happening. Carnivex going in. The Archangel's on the back line, focusing the Hornet for now. I bet they're going to dive down soon enough. We got the Carnivex moving through the front. Boy, they sure are tanky with their upgrade. I think a System Shock would be good to speed these units up. I don't know if he has System Shock. Let's take a look. Does Faneto have it? I can't tell if he has System Shock or not. I haven't seen him use it yet, so I'm going to guess no. Maybe we see the upgrade. We see the Tier 3 Argent upgrade. Such a random, and when I say random, just a unorthodox sequence of upgrades, but it's just a high-rated player thing that is just going over my head. Hurricanes do need to face in the direction of what they are bombing with their bombing run. So when they are turned around, you don't have to fear a bombing run. But when they turn back towards you, you know, look out. Here we go. Bombing run. Very nice bombing run. Oh man, that hit a lot more units than I think Refresh was wanting it to. And boy, oh boy, we got pretty even supplies here at 13 minutes. Really well teched up armies. Both players have teched up the tier 3 very smoothly, very early. It's far from recent that they got to tier 3. They got tier 3 a while ago, but they've gotten a bunch of their tier 3 upgrades in. Another evac being built. I don't even get it. I need to see these evacs in action. I keep thinking it's like misclick or something. We do see a Sentinel being built as well. Atlas being built. Boy, Faneto using every unit that Vanguard has. So cool. Okay, now with the evac makes a lot more sense, of course. He does the triple promote on it. I don't think this evac has its regular upgrade yet, so it could be even faster. We've got a Storm being used by Refresh, knocking down these poor palm trees, these lonely palm trees. Storm, a lot of games I just don't see this doing very much. Over here we have Refresh attacking the, I guess, one of the outer bases. We see the Animancers doing their thing with the Dark Prophecies. Just almost too much going on. Hard to say it all. We do not have an upgrade yet of moving speed on the Arc Ship. There is an upgrade for that, but it clearly doesn't have it. Maybe it doesn't need it. We see the Bombers zoning for the Vanguard. We see the Dark Prophecy zoning for the Celestial. Man, this is looking like the craziest battle I have seen on this patch, you guys. This is probably the hypest game I've seen on this patch. What an awesome game. Huge Dark Prophecy going down in the middle of that army. Nano Swarms healing you. A lot of tier 3 promotions. What a back and forth fight. We see the Atlas being dropped. We see their upgrade doing the little ground plasma shots. Refresh is saying, screw that, I cannot fight this army, or he doesn't feel like he can. So if I'm not going to fight the army and I'm going to lose my base, I'm going to take out a base of yours too. Just, again, beautiful strategy. Min-maxing where you can. Okay, I can't do damage here, but I can do damage there. Never taking a full-on negative situation, always turning into at least a little bit of a positive. Both players are still maxed out. I feel like this is going to come down to one big epic fight. I gotta say though, I favor the Vanguard's army. I favor Faneto's army in this instance. I don't know, it just feels bigger, it feels stronger, it feels faster. Bigger, faster, better, stronger. The Atlas are down. They don't hit anything. No surprise, they never do. Just kidding. Maybe not. And then, boy oh boy, you don't want to run into this army without being ready though, because they will Dark Prophecy everything. Okay, a concave being set up by both players here. Big battle happening here. Dark Prophecy's going down. Huge Dark Prophecy there. Not microing out of them. But he's also not dying. Unbelievable. He just sat in those Dark Prophecies, not dying. Nanoswarm healing through it, I guess. The Hogs are deploying there, trying to snipe the Archangels, but there's just too many Archangels. The Archangel's sitting in the healing shrine, getting some healing. Over here, the most bizarre situation happening.
Detected. A Stormgate will activate.
Oh boy, this Stormgate is spawning where the players are not, but where the players are at this weird base scenario. So now there's going to be this awkward base scenario here, while there's this Stormgate looming around the corner. The battle over here kind of just led to nothing other than some units killing each other, but no base was killed or anything. Ooh, the Atlas killing an Animancer, but the Animancer getting a Dark. This battle is turning out to be pretty crazy. Sorry for the slight jump in the video. My wife came home, my dogs were barking, they knocked over water. It was crazy. Fun stuff. But we are back to the action here. So, we still have pretty close to max out armies, but the Vanguard Faneto has stayed ahead on supply. But oh, I say that little squadron got caught out there. Was able to retreat and only losing 1 or 2 units. The tanks are dropped from the evac. Those are triple promoted tanks, triple promoted evac. Definitely using that micro to his advantage. Look at that ground there. See how the ground still hurts the units? So I was able to kill the Animancers. They are a great counter to the Animancers. Tank evacs are one of the hardest counters. Tanks themselves, the Atlas themselves are counters to Animancers, but when they're inside the tank evac, Animancers stand no chance. It's a very interesting composition, but this army is getting smaller and smaller. I'm zooming out here to see if I can get this whole thing in frame, but this is pretty much a Archangel Animancer comp at this point. Some Seraphim in the mix as well. Alright, I'm going to zoom back in. We got the Dark Prophecy going down there. I'm going to zoom out again. Sorry to keep zooming. I should just stay zoomed out for battles like this. I'm working on it, guys. Bear with me. I'll get better at this over time. The tank evacs are, look at it. Oh, just evaporated 2 or 3 of the Archangels there, no problem. Time of day changing, making it a little hard to see for a moment. Oh man, those are massive Dark Prophecies, and Faneto decides to back up. Yeah, he's gonna have to use some of those nanoswarms, but he will use those nanoswarms and he'll heal back up. He's got these 2 Hornets here chasing down the Arc ship. He drops 2 mines as well to help probably defend his base from a future Animancer attack. Meanwhile, Refresh pivots over to this side of the map and starts taking down this base. This is what I meant. You know, he can't do damage over here, and he's taking damage, and he decides to do damage here. So just always min-maxing, never just taking a flat-out loss. Always saying, okay, well, if I'm weak over here, I'll go be strong over on this side of the map where you're weak. Kind of like a yin-yang a little bit. When you see the high-rated players play, they always seem to know that. There's always this flow on the map of power. And right now, Vanguard is strong here, and the Celestial is strong here. And they're taking advantage of that. Now the Celestial is trying to pivot, Refresh is trying to pivot and maybe take this army head on. He doesn't want to lose these buildings, producing his Animancers, his Legion Halls. But the Vanguard player is starting to get ahead. Faneto is starting to get ahead here. You know, he's got these bases he's taken out. You can just look at the map. There's more blue than red. The Atlas, man, are just fantastic. And it's not easy to work this micro into it, but if you can, it sure is good. We got Refresh looking for some Dark Prophecies. Lands some amazing Dark Prophecies, but then the System Shock and the Nanoswarm just undoes that entirely. Like, see, you see this damage? You see, he steps out of it and just heals it.
A Stormgate has
It's
appeared.
not quite the same as Storm in StarCraft 2, where that would have deep fried the army. Well, man, these Atlas with their extra range on the tier 3 are just putting in work. And the bomber runs. This is just incredible micro from Faneto. This Faneto guy, man, he is incredible. Very, very well played by him so far. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Refresh, but he won the last 2 games. I gotta give our Vanguard player some love here, because he is putting up a show, and he's chipping away at this macro. Alright, this seems to be perhaps the last fight. Faneto versus Command here. Command saying this has gotta be it. This better be it. Oh, but there's just enough of Vanguard here. Here goes the tier 3 Hogshouse. I mean, look at that armor shred just melting, and Refresh taps out. So Refresh does win the series 2-1, but Faneto with the honor match, and boy did he do it in style. What a fantastic game on Divided Oasis. What a beautiful map, what a beautiful game. Just a fantastic game to watch. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for giving me the game. I really appreciate it. Please keep sending me games, you guys. I've been really enjoying casting. Please hit a like, hit subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.